Welcome back to this Let's Play of The Last Remnant. Last time we went through a whole bunch of opening movies. The last video was probably closer to 20 minutes than 10. A lot of these videos are going to be sort of an inconsistent length because of the just the nature of the battles in this game. I'm going to try and keep any given battle into one video, just from the standpoint of otherwise, somebody trying to follow this as a walkthrough or interested in how a single fight went is going to be completely confused. And, she calls this treasure chest a type of remnant, and, they go through a whole lot of lampshady things as far as why there are just treasure chests sitting around. But, anyway. It's a weapon for Rush. Rush is unique of your characters in that he has equipment you can actually directly modify. Most of your characters will sort of upgrade their own equipment as they go, which is sort of annoying in that you have to find parts for them, and it's really... sometimes you wish you could just buy it. Though Rush is sort of annoying too, because there's not... unless you really grind, there's not a lot of gold available in the game, so... And it's an enemy. And there, like a lot of games, there's you can essentially sneak up on monsters.
Let's do this.
These first couple of fights are completely unavoidable. I would avoid them otherwise. And this is also sort of a tutorial battle. Though, why they didn't go through this in the first tutorial battle, I don't know. But for this first set of fights, I am going to actually try to, not be too inefficient, just from the standpoint of you do actually have to win. You're automatically healed to full after every fight, so you don't have to worry about that. You just have to win. So in this case, I don't really have a lot of options on how to sort of go through this. One of my early game real sort of objectives is going to be to have Rush use enough healing ability. He starts with the herbs ability to learn the second herb skill. You learn things by... well, I guess he died first. You learn things just by completing uses of the basic abilities. And this is, it sort of makes grinding really annoying because you're trying not to kill enemies so that you can sit there and spam healing at your characters. Late in the game, not too late, maybe halfway through the game as I play it, there's a formation you can get which will make that a lot easier, but that's a long ways off, so I'm not going to worry about it for quite some time.
I wasn't expecting this.
Is it the Spanish Inquisition?
Prepare yourself!
Now, Rush and all the other characters gain skills the same way, or gain in their base skills the same way. Rush has a different way of learning new skills as well. Rush will eventually, if you sort of play your cards right, have all of the basic skill types in the game, which means he can do anything. However, if you try to have him do everything, he'll do everything badly, and that's not very useful. Emma, who is the other character I have here, I don't really care about building her too much. She's not available late in the game, so, you'll eventually have 18 characters in your party, and she can't be one of the 18 by the end. Though there's a very similar character that's available, so they don't carry over anything. You appear to be having problems hitting things. And this is, again, a tutorial battle. You have to gain a certain amount of AP, which is, you know, the gold bar down there, before you can use this ability. And again, it shows up in gold. It's one of these special abilities. And this is Rush's Omni Strike, which it attacks things. It is, however, not useful from the standpoint of you can't gain anything from it. Maybe it counts towards stat gain, but if you look at the right hand of the screen here, there's battle rank. There's also a statement about chains. Chaining monsters improves drops. I'm not going to use that much because it would mean in fighting lots of monsters, and it's not as useful as you might think.
So, your talisman's more than a fashion accessory after all.
Huh?
My lord. You did not have to come all this way for me. Please, accept my apologies.
Seeing you safe is apology enough. And who is this?
He claims to be the son of Dr. Sykes.
Oh, I see.
I am Torgal, one of Athlum's 4 generals. Our lord, the Marquis of Athlum, would like to extend his thanks. Step forward.
I will have you know that your actions have won my gratitude. As for your sister, if the men you seek have entered Athlumian territory, we cannot turn a blind eye. I shall accompany you to Athlum.
Huh?
Our lord would like to aid you in your search for your sister.
It's fine, Torgal.
Thanks a lot. I chased that weird flying thing here, but I didn't have a clue where to go next. But hey, if I've got an important guy like you backing me up, I've got a whole lot less to worry about. This is Ace! The name's Rush. Rush Sykes. Who are you?
I am David Nassau, the Marquis of Athlum. You may address me as David.
Sure thing, Dave.
Right.
Let us return and
Court
see
protocol.
what tidings await us in Athlum. All troops, return to Athlum immediately.
Yes, my lord.
Come on, Dave. Let's go.
Right.
You whelp! Have you no manners? That
Nope.
is no way to address the Marquis of Athlum.
Jeez, what's your problem?
He's surprisingly simple, wouldn't you say?
We have yet to see.
At least everybody in the game recognizes that Rush is an idiot too, and it's not just the player who's like, what a moron! But yeah, what a moron. Anyway, this is the world map, and we're here at our first location, which is Athlum. Battlefields you've been to previously will show up as grayed out. Some of them you actually do end up going back to, not very many. They're just sort of there as a record, and so you can read about, you know, the history of the place in little crawl, but here's the big picture of the world, and you actually do get to see most of it. Presumably there's, you know, more to the world, but you know, the world is not flat. Who knows? Anyway, into Athlum. Right. It's explained in a couple of conversations with random people. The magic items lying around are called remnants. You know, that's what the title is about. Though, actually what the title is talking about is not
Waste
explained
no
much
time
later.
in sniffing out the rats who kidnapped Arena. Torgal?
Rush, we have prepared a room for you within the castle. After your journey from Ulam Island, you must want to rest and recover from your presumably arduous journey.
So
Wow,
I
he
just
really
sit on
trusts
my
me.
butt and do nothing? Yeah, right. I'll go find those guys myself.
Fine. Do as you like. But try not to do anything too foolish. We shouldn't let him have free run of the castle until we've verified his story. I'll get on it.
Okay, I'm going now. Hello?
If it's information you seek, there is a certain pub in Virtus Parish you might care to investigate.
Come to the castle if you need anything of us.
All right, I'm on it.
Okay. I could add another what an idiot, but I think it just kind of goes without saying. Anyway, here we are in our first town. There are some things you can buy here. You could buy different weapons if you wanted. I'm not going to worry about it at this point. I'm okay with the weapon I've got. The herb skills that I have for healing abilities at this point, you'll eventually get sort of quote-unquote magical healing, require components, and so you start with 800 gold, and I'm going to buy up a bunch of stuff so that I can actually use my healing skills. And if you want to know what things use, you have to look at go into party members, check arts. It says restorative herb here. Requires 1 cure leaf and 1 relaxing herb. So we're going to buy up enough for 10 shots of basic cure. I don't know why they didn't just actually give you some of those. It's one of those things where, yeah, if you weren't reading a guide, you might not miss that, and well, some of the initial fights are actually quite difficult, unless you have healing available. Actually, some of them are quite difficult even if you do have healing available. But we'll get on to that. And I'm going to cut this episode short here, and next time we're going to explore the city of Athol.